Hey everyone, I'm Derek. Welcome back to my channel. Thanks for clicking on my video today. I'm going to be doing a review on my Kobalt toolbox here. Now, I don't even think that Kobalt offers this model anymore, but this is just kind of my baseline for what I think about all Kobalt toolboxes, at least from my experience. I've owned this thing for a little over 3 years now, and as time has gone on, I've just been less and less happy with this thing. Basically, when I picked this thing up, I picked it up around Christmas time, but not on any kind of special deal. I think I was hoping for some kind of deal and didn't, and I just went and picked it up anyway. And then I just have to say that I was really kind of like against Harbor Freight when I bought this thing. I thought that Harbor Freight put out really kind of junk tools, and I've totally had my mind changed since then, especially because most of their tools have gotten significantly better over the last 4 or 5, 6 years from when I was using them as a kid. The Harbor Freight tools that my dad had. As I've gotten some other brands and some other toolboxes and things, I've kind of decided that this Kobalt toolbox is really kind of a piece of junk compared to some of your other options out there, especially compared to the US General offerings. And I'm going to give you a few reasons why, but let's get right into the actual problems that I've had with this toolbox from the very beginning. So the first issue that I ran into with this toolbox was that it didn't work, it didn't function correctly right out of the box. And this was my fault for not going back and taking it back as defective. I didn't think it would bother me so bad, but as time has gone on, I've really grown to hate this thing. Now, and that is the thing that's broken is the soft close drawers. So as you can see here, they don't soft close, and that's because I removed the mechanisms that allowed it to close softly. And the reason why I removed them is because they would always close crooked. Like they would never close correctly. So hopefully that it probably isn't showing up on camera, but it would close cockeyed and hold one side open. One side would not close all the way and the other side would close. And so the drawers were always crooked and not closing all the way. And then sometimes even they'd go in, they'd hit that soft close thing, and they'd kind of bounce both of them out because they weren't closing correctly. And so I eventually just got sick of them and just removed them. Why is that in there? So let's talk about the next thing. I basically paid like nearly after tax, nearly 800 bucks for these things, if not a little over $800. It was a huge chunk of change. And this isn't going to be a perfect measurement, but essentially this thing is only about 16 inches wide, and for literally less money you can go buy the US General boxes that are 22 inches wide. So you're literally getting 8 more inches of drawer depth. Now, you know, maybe there is something to having a slimmer toolbox if that's what you want, but like I was saying, for basically the exact same money, especially at the time, I probably could have gotten a US General toolbox for hundreds, couple $100 less, $300 less at the top and bottom. This didn't even come in a set, but basically you're getting ripped off in terms of how much space that they're giving you, because again, this was a 16-inch deep toolbox where US General for today less money than I bought this thing for 3 years ago, after all the tariffs and everything causing prices to go up on things from China. I could still buy a top and bottom double bank US General set on, this is on sale for less money than I paid for this thing. So moving down here to the bottom, I'll just say that the casters have been fine. I don't know if I mentioned it, but the gas struts on the little hutch up top has also been okay so far. No issues there, but I don't know if they just forgot to include some parts in this or what the problem is if all these Kobalt drawers are like this, but my concrete here is not super even, and in some places here in the shop, this drawer just comes open at random times for no reason other than that the toolbox is tilted slightly out. So there's no keeper in that bottom drawer. Like these bottom ones still have the soft close because they work fine. I haven't had any issues with the soft close in the bottom drawers. Now if those worked, I'd probably love this Kobalt toolbox. If it worked all the way across the top, which kind of the drawer organization is another issue that I have with this. But that's more of an opinion of a problem I've had over time. But this bottom drawer is the same way. Well, no, it does have the soft close. Seems like another one of them didn't. So yeah, it's just this one. It doesn't have a keeper to help keep it closed, and there's no soft close. I don't know what the deal is. I didn't mess with that one. It just came that way. Now, I actually really do kind of like the way that they oriented this, the drawers here on the bottom, and I wish they would have done the same thing on the top. I wish they would have continued this little brace here all the way across the top and made, and I know you can't see my hand, but made smaller drawers up top here. So now that I've kind of trashed this thing, let's talk a little bit about what I do like about it. It is made out of some decently sturdy materials, at least for a DIY kind of home garage. You know, the Snap-on guys out there and the, you know, heavy-duty professional tool brand guys might laugh at that. But I've had no issues with this thing bending and the drawers failing or anything like that, other than what the problem it originally came with. But for the most part, it is a decent quality toolbox. These days, I'd definitely go for, if you're gonna pick them up from Lowe's, I'd go for the Craftsman toolboxes every single day, which that's mostly what they have in stores. The only time I'd really recommend picking up these Kobalts is if you've already got a good toolbox and you just need some extra space to put some extra tools in, and you get one of those unicorn deals. Maybe not even the unicorns, but they put these things on really good sales sometimes. You know, if you could get this whole set for $500 or less, it'd probably be worth the money. Yeah, even then, like maybe around $400. If you got it on a super sale, really good deal, Black Friday kind of thing, or when they just clearance them out at rock bottom prices, definitely not a bad pickup. But when you're paying full price for them, you're getting, like I said, the difference between the size of these, the Kobalt Tool Boxes and my US Generals, is ridiculous. These are 16 inches deep, where the US General is 22 inches deep. They're not even in the same ball field, except that they are similarly priced. The US Generals, in my opinion, are made out of better material, at least if not the same gauge of steel, then they're gonna be built better from the two US General boxes that I have and have experience with. And then just deeper and all around, like everybody knows that the Harbor Freight US General box is just about the best bang for your buck when it comes to garage toolboxes. If anybody wants to buy this thing, I live in Northeast Arizona. If you want to pick it up, I'll sell it to you for between $400 and $500. I'd really like to get around $450, $500, so I can trade it all out for US General stuff. I am being semi-serious about that, but I know that 99% of people that watch this video are not even going to be within 150 miles of me. But with that being said, it's not a horrible toolbox. I'm not telling you that if you picked up a Kobalt toolbox that you made a terrible decision. Everybody, you know, has their own preferences. And if you're happy with your Kobalt toolbox, that's great, man. I'm not saying be unhappy with it. I'm just saying that from what I've seen now, and if I just wish I knew when I bought this thing what I know now, so that I could have picked up US General boxes. So after a really negative video like this, I know it's kind of hard to go and give a positive thumbs up. But I'd really appreciate it if you did so, if you liked this video, and then subscribe so that I can see you in my next video.